How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day has got to be so hard? How come everything has got to be so hard? That's just life. That's just life. That's just life. How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day stripped from motion sickness, give the gift of love relentless. Hearing things to see me say, it's just a way to play a game. Fiery thoughts inside my brain have given way to thoughts insane.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
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 Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
They call me Yuck Mouth, 'cause I don't brush. Oh, I like my teeth like this. They call me Yuck Mouth. No, I won't brush. How's about a little kiss? I got roast beef in my teeth, got some chicken too. Ouch, that's a cavity. Hey, that's new. Well, if you don't brush your teeth, then kids you too can be a Yuck Mouth.
Don't be a yuck mouth. Another nutritional message from the ABC television network.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, 'cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show!
What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a couple of weeks. We only got like 30 minutes in last time, and then tits up. Hopefully, fingers crossed and everything else crossed, eyes crossed, we don't have that again tonight. So keep positive thoughts in your head this evening, and hopefully the fucking internet will stay up. Yes. Yeah, that was a little frustrating, but that's all right. It happens to everybody. Good to see everybody. Welcome to the Secret Show. I'm your host, Uncle Warren, and we got a little bit of a Star Trek theme kind of thing going on tonight. Hopefully it works. Tits down. Yes, Rick, we're open for tits down. We don't want to go tits up. We want tits down. Or maybe just tits horizontal. Maybe. What's up, Ghost Art? Just showing the dancing banana guy. Ring, 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 banana phone. We're gonna bring Rick back. We gotta bring the demonic banana phone from hell with Rick. Yeah, I see you guys talking about college football. Yeah, football's back. Pros are back too. Cowboys almost had a good show against Philly on Thursday night. I think they lost 24-20, something like that. My Saints, my rebuilding Saints, are playing tomorrow. They're playing Arizona in the Dome, noon Central Time, if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not into the sports ball, that's okay. Just roll with it for a few minutes. My Mississippi State Bulldogs won tonight. They won today, beating Arizona State in Arizona. My team sucks too, so that means Arizona State really sucks. But that's neither here nor there. We got to get to some saying hi to our peeps here. We got Willie Bragg in the house. What's up, buddy? He said vacation time is around the corner, and that makes me a happy man. Thank you for the 10 spot. Always appreciate you, Willie. Not just your donations, your friendship. You're a good person, and please make sure that you're watching Willie Bragg's show. He's got who's it? Red State. Oh, God, what's the name of those guys? Willie, put it in the chat. I know you got it on Tuesday night. You got the Red State, those two country dudes that are coming on your show. And they're I like those guys. Those are pretty cool. But make sure you're checking out Willie's channel. We got, let's go around the horn here. We'll hit Rumble first. Ghost Start's over there. Miguel is there as well. He's over here on YouTube too, always pulling double duty. Red State update. So that's going to be 9:30 Eastern. Is that right, Willie? Tuesday night. Give us a time on there too. Red State update. And a couple of country dudes, pretty plain spoken, down to earth kind of guys. Willie was playing a video of theirs not too long ago, and so it's good that he's got him on there. That's nice, Willie. Good, congratulations. So we got Kiwi Corners over there too on the Rumbles. We got Cowboy Kitty in the house. What's up, Kitty? Max RJ rocking and rolling with us. We got P Stuff. Hello, P Stuff. Good to see you. Steve G. Good to see you. Rick. Good to see your wide receiver needs a new set of hands. Don't we all? I need a new set of everything. Everything's broken and old. I need it fixed. Nahila, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Saturday night to you. We got Wesley Donaldson in the house too. What's up, bud? Good to see you. The Miguel 5000 quantum computer, which is going to destroy us all, but in the meantime, he's hanging out with us here on YouTube. Always a pleasure. Miss Lainey P, good to see you, dear. If you didn't see the thing up there, we're doing, Lainey and I got a show coming up on October 1st called The Undercurrent. If you enjoyed Civically Minded, the show she used to have, it's going to be pretty much Civically Minded on Bathtub Crank, if that's a thing. It probably is. I doubt it. It might be, though. Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show Intergalactic, another dimension, hot on the trails of episode 6. So make sure you're checking out his channel too, and He puts a lot of work into that show, and it really shows. He does good work. So if you could, he's on YouTube and Rumble. Who else is up in here? Did I get everybody? I think so. CBC voter, good to see you. I think that's it for right now. Let's go down here, folks. Make sure you take the poll. Giggity. The poll is basically it refers to Tim from Kicking Harold. He always does his video. He does like rock trivia kind of sort of thing. So this question is in regards to his video. I'm not going to tell you what the video is about, but which rock stars is Tim from Kicking Harold referring to in his upcoming video? We got Steven Tyler and Run DMC is number 1. John Lennon and the B-52s is number 2. David Bowie and Trent Reznor is number 3. And Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades at number 4. This is just an exhibition, as David Letterman says. So please, no wagering. And if you do wager, Daddy wants a piece of the action. So just let me know if you're going to do that. If you're going to gamble, let me know. And either way, I just want a taste. So if you are brand new to around these parts, we hope you obey the chicken. For the chicken comes forth in the night to steal thine soul from thine eyeballs. I will find you as well. Thanks, chicken. Yeah. What else we got going on? News-wise, I guess Trump's trying to send troops, or he's going to send troops to Chicago. Good luck, baby. You thought the Middle East was fucked up. Come on down to Chirac. Those guys, the last 5 minutes, they're like, no, fuck this. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, Trumpy, you dumb motherfucker. Anywho, we got videos and stuff. First, we got chickens. We got these chickens. Of course, it's the over there, Small Red Barn on the YouTubes there with RoboCoop Live, and they got all kinds. It's all kinds of busy there. They got cameras for the feeders. Uh-oh. We've lost chickens. We've lost chickens. Oh, they're back. Never mind. We got chickens back. All right. That's robocoop.live. Anywho, what happened? I guess we can do this. What's going on here? So last time, we tried to start the Star Trek thing, and then all of a sudden, so who knows? So if it goes tits up again, I think I've got a backup plan. We'll see. Well, hopefully it works. But I think we were still on Rockfin. God, why do I keep saying fucking Rockfin? I hate Rockfin. Rockfin is just like Rumble and Facebook, but YouTube went tits up because the other two came back. That's the beauty of, like, if you lose your internet, you say what you want about Rumble, but Rumble be sticking around. Rumble be like that last guy at the party, right? That you like, dude, you gotta go home. But Rumble's like, no, we know that stream's coming back. We know it's coming back. So YouTube is like, I'm out. Anywho, so happy Saturday night to everybody. We start things off. I always thought this was cool. Not cool in the fact that it's a good thing, but cool that in the fact that it was kind of strange that how, like, a lot of the rockers in the 60s died really young, right? Like, they were, just, I guess better to burn out than to fade away, right? So we got Cody here, Cody Tucker, and he's talking about Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Jim Morrison on one night in 1968 at a New York nightclub when chaos ensued. Let's listen.
In 1968, the New York nightclub The Scene became a popular spot for musicians to come late at night and jam together. One of those musicians who was often there was Jimi Hendrix. One night, Jimi Hendrix was there with Janis Joplin when the doors burst open and in walked a completely trashed Jim Morrison. Morrison immediately walked over to Janis Joplin, grabbed her by the hair, and pulled her down to the ground. She then got up and smashed a glass bottle over Jim Morrison's head. Later, Jim Morrison got on stage while Jimi Hendrix was playing, grabbed the mic, and started howling into the microphone while Jimi Hendrix was trying to do his set. He then got on his knees in front of Jimi Hendrix and started screaming, "I want to suck your..." Janis Joplin jumped on the stage and smashed another glass bottle over Jim Morrison's head. Then Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin proceeded to beat the shit out of Jim Morrison. The bar staff finally jumped in, broke up the fight, and all three musicians went their separate ways. Within the next 3 years, they would all three be dead at the age of 27.
27, yeah. The magic number. I'm well past 27, so you could tell I'm a musician. I guess technically that's 4 J's, Miguel. It'd be quadruple because Janis Joplin, she has another J. But I see what you did. I see what you did there, Jimmy Jan Jim. I know, right? It's like the Kurgan said from Highlander, man. It's better to burn out than to fade away. Yeah, he was pretty fucking messed up. Well, I mean, they all had their problems too. I mean, you die the young like that, you just going full bore, that's just crazy talk. I don't know. I couldn't live that kind of lifestyle, I don't think. That's just way too much booze, drugs, That's right. 27 is a multiple of 3. You divide 27 by 3, you have 9, which is also a multiple of 3. You divide that by 3, you get 3, and that is a multiple of 3 because it is 3. Yeah, that's pretty much... I thought I had a thing for this. Oh, yeah, that's numbers for you on the show. Yeah. Interesting. I know, right? Boom. That's why you come here, man, for all the crazies. Welcome back, CBC. I didn't know you went. You got the owl? Did you get an owl? What happened? I don't know. What the 27 Club? Let's see. When I was 27. That was 19, and I didn't come close to death then. I wasn't even close. I was kind of fat, though. I was a little bit, and not big boned either. I was like kind of fat, like chubby checker. We're gonna just do numerology all night. I know, right? If you flip it around, it's 72, and that was like the second time that Nixon got elected, bruh. Whoa, and then Nixon was in the 60s. Oh! Yeah, I know, right? Again, maybe that's why that music is so good. It's like when you die young, the music, you just like put out the music, and then all of a sudden that's it. 2 plus 9, we are doing 2 plus 7 equals 9, which is 27 divided by 3. Oh! You freaked out about 27. I stopped going to bars and clubs before that. Yeah. Man, can you even go to bars and clubs now? That shit's expensive. Man, drinks? Hell, drinks for the house are kind of expensive anyway. Much less, going out. I don't know. I like to go to little pubs. I don't like to go to clubs. I like club. I'm Letterman. I ripped the Letterman P from my sweater, and I turn clubs into pubs because that's where I go to. Nice little music in the background, somewhere you can have conversations, little drinky poos. It's not too crowded. That kind of thing. Just to let you know, that was at the top there before the show started there, well, before we got into this, it was the Yuck Mouth from the Bod Squad from ABC. So if some of you older people may remember that from 1974. Yeah, so Yuck Mouth is over 50 years old. And I'm pretty sure he's pretty much lost all his teeth at this point. Yeah, night out costs $100 easy, right? Exactly. Hashtag pubs, not clubs, baby. I mean, drinks. I mean, think about it. Like, even if you don't live in if you live in a small town, the bar drinks are kind of pricey, right? You go to a city like New York or LA or Chicago, forget it. The trick is to sit in with the band and get someone to buy you a drink. Yes, that's true. I like to wear fake breasts when I go to clubs so I can get free drinks. And more often than not, they just throw them in my face. So I just go, I'm going to get my drink on, son. It's going to happen. Yeah, life hack. Get to know a band. Right? Anywho, who we got next? We got speaking of younger pube. Pube, okay. Sure. Oh, Conjunction Junction, that's probably about the same. All that shit, like Schoolhouse Rock, I think, is from the 70s. Yeah, so that's all that good 50. Conjunction Junction, what's your function? Hooking up words and phrases and clauses and complex sentences like, in the morning, sometimes I like to go down by the lake where I often see a duck and a drake. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Who the fuck said that?
I don't know. I have no clue. But also in the 80s, you had the Garfield cartoons. You remember the Garfield cartoons? You remember those? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It was kind of... It was in the newspaper, but then they had they had a cartoon like on Saturday mornings. Not so much. So anyway, apparently... there we go. And button or they'll get you pretty far. Conjunction Junction. They always had some good tunes on there, They always had in fact, there is, I can't remember what the name of the album is called, but it's a compilation album, different artists covering songs from like school. I think it's called Schoolhouse Rock, and it's rock bands that are doing covers of the Schoolhouse Rock songs, right? So you got, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. See? Full circle. 21, 24, 27. We had 3 in the family. It's a magic number. All right. Maybe we should just do a show of just Schoolhouse Rock one night. Just that'll be it. All we do is Schoolhouse Rock. So anyway, speaking of Garfield, we were talking about Garfield. You remember the Garfield phones, right? The telephones. Well, apparently they made a shit ton of them, and that probably wasn't a good idea. So our buddy Doug Sharp here is going to tell us the story of Garfield phones and the nightmare that they became.
Fun fact. For over 30 years, Garfield telephones were washing up on the beaches of western France. No one was exactly sure where they were coming from, but it was pretty obvious. A shipping container had fallen off a cargo ship and sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and every once in a while would release a couple phones. The Garfield phones became a symbol of beach pollution in western France, and multiple environmental groups spent years cleaning up the phones as well as trying to find the shipping container that was releasing them. And then in 2019, a local farmer came forward and said he was quite sure the lost shipping container was stuck in a cave that could only be accessed at low tide. When he was asked why he never came forward before, he answered, "There are lots of things given to us from the sea." Without further explanation, the local cleanup teams followed the farmer's directions and finally found the lost shipping container, where they cleaned up all of the phones still left behind.
There are lots of things given to us by the sea, including Garfield phones. Yar, matey. What's up, Vera? Good to see you. Hello. Yeah. That's right, man. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Yeah. We should do that. We should just, I think I'm going to do that one night. I'm just going to play all the Schoolhouse Rock things. We'll have a Schoolhouse Rock night. How about that? So, yeah, that was Doug Sharp with his fun facts. And that's so wild that they had to wait till low tide because this shipping container full of Garfield phones ended up in a French cave. The sea would provide Garfield phones. Garfield, matey. I'll be whipping you with me, Garfield cat of nine tails. Oh yeah, My Hero Zero. Yeah, that's one of them too. Speaking of cats, you guys like cats? I like cats. I love cats. I think cats are like nature's comedians, right? You got the deadpan ones, and then you got the silly physical comics, right? And you know, cats are like, they're very unobtrusive, right? But they are obtrusive. They're like unobtrusive when they don't want it, when they want to be. But then when you don't want them to be obtrusive, they're all up in your shit, right? So, but I like me some, yeah, I know, exactly. Cats don't give a fuck. I need to fix that. I don't know why it's censoring you, Rick. That's not me. I don't know, that's some new, I want people to say fuck. I want to put fuck up on the screen. So, I'm gonna look into that and try to fix that. So that was let's see. This next one here is Talking Cats from Cute Chaos on your local YouTube here. And I love Talking Cats because cats are just like, they don't hardly say anything, and when they do, it's usually for food, and they go meow. Like, the fuck? Cats act like they hadn't been fed in like 2 weeks, and it was just like, you know, just a few hours ago you just gave them some shit. Look at that. Are you guys doing that on purpose? Wait a minute, your fuck came through. Your fuck came through. You guys are being dicks. Quit censoring yourselves, you assholes. For that, you get some pussy. Here you go. Kitty! Talking cats.
Cat talking moments.
Babe, are you hungry? Say yeah!
Oh. Hi, how you doing?
Oh, he's talking
This is awful. That cat said, "Are you coming?"
What did you just say?
He said,
Oh my god. You're fine.
that cat said, "Fuck you." That cat said, "Mama." I freaked that bitch out. Holy shit. Yeah, I know. Did you see that? The racist cats. Them kids were like, what the fuck kind of cat is this? I know, right? They love food. And you will be food. You have two 11-year-old cat siblings, Calico and a ginger. Oh, those ginger cats are nuts. They're good time crazy. Do yourself a favor. If you're a cat owner and you haven't done this yet, get your cat some catnip. Holy shit! Just find a nice place that you can sweep up easily, because these motherfuckers gonna make everything dirty. And you sprinkle that catnip down there. That cat gets all like, that's cat weed. I'm pretty sure it is cat weed, because them cats be all crazy with that shit. They love it. So I know some of you people are like, I mean, I don't like fucking cats. I'm a dog person. I like puppies. Oh man, it's a big dog. Ho, 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 ho. You like some dog. And who doesn't? Right? I love all animals. I grew up with animals down south, had all kinds of animals, and we had some dogs too. And dogs would do some crazy shit too. So that one was Cute Chaos with the cats. This one's Just Another Funny Day. That's the name of the channel on YouTube. It's dogs in bizarre positions. Just for you. Let's watch.
Hey, I would like to kiss you on the mouth. And so what are you doing?
What? No. What are you doing?
Look at them nuts. What's this?
Joey.
What are you doing?
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
What are you looking at?
That dog's sitting like a human. That would creep me the fuck out.
Are you a human?
What are you doing? That is not how a dog sits, silly girl. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Look at that drunk dog.
Yes, y'all.
Split. Aw, that's some cute stuff. So yeah, that was just another funny day on the YouTube. I love some. I'm telling you, man, the animal. If you get an animal, they're so much fun. Seriously, it just. I know. A lot of times it's hard to feed yourself at this point, much less another, living creature. But if you're able to, and if you can, get them from the shelter. Don't get them from a pet store. That's just, there's so many dogs and cats in shelters, and they need homes, and especially like the old cats and dogs. they need a good home because they're pretty much on the way out. They don't want to go out in some shelter, especially if they're in like a kill shelter, so. I'm not going to go Sarah McLachlan on you and start singing In the Arms of an Angel and show you crying dogs and shit. But I'm just saying, they're very lovable, right? And so loyal. They're extremely loyal. Until you stop feeding them, and they're like your food now. As a cat will do that too. I had 2 cats, and their food bowl would be empty, right, in the morning, and I'd be sitting there just about to get up, and all of a sudden this cat would be right in my face, and all of a sudden I feel this paw going, hey, are you alive? Because if you're not alive, that cat's going to eat you, all right? A cat has no loyalty. A dog will be a dog will be like at the end of Futurama. You remember that one with Fry's dog, and the dog kept waiting for years and years and years at the pizza shop for him to come back, and he never came back. And one of the most bullshit things Futurama ever did. By the time you watch the end of that episode, you're like, why did you do that? Yeah. Won't you please help? Look, a little Sparky here. It's like, dude, you're right there. Why don't you help him? You're the sadist that's recording these sad animals. Yes, that was Futurama when it was originally on Fox. Yeah, it was. That was some hard shit to watch, right? I mean, the whole episode was fun. It was fine. It was the very end of that episode. You're like, you motherfuckers. Yeah, so, Oh, this is new. No, I guess we can go past this. Hang on just a second. No, I didn't mean to do that, Daddy. Where are we at? Okay. So about 10 years ago, we're kind of trying to keep in the spirit of animals here. So we're going to go with gummy bears. I was talking to these cats are eating these cats. Oh, the one with the brother too. Yeah, the one with the brother was pretty sad. I mean, that was very heartfelt and loving. But that one with the fucking cat with dog, man, that was just a fuck you to people with hearts. Siamese keep. You know what's great about cats too? Like those Siamese are fucking. If you have a Siamese cat and a tabby, orange tabby, you're just asking for trouble. And you hear in the middle of the night them running up and down going. You know, because they're nocturnal. So back around 2014, 2015, about 10 years ago, Haribo, you may have heard of Haribo. They have the gummy bears, very tasty. But they had these sugar-free gummy bears, right? And they were made with an ingredient called maltitol, which is a sugar alcohol, which is found in the ingredient called lycosine, right? Apparently, Haribo sugarless gummy bears were giving people tummy problems, and to say the least, right? Just like but the thing about it was, yes, that was all well and good, but the Amazon reviews for Haribo sugar-free gummy bears are just hysterical, right? So I'm not going to read them all. If you go to boredpanda.com, there's like a whole bunch on there. So I'm just going to read a couple here. So this one, let me see. Let me get this up here. Oop. Pardon. No. Why? Okay, here we go. So this first one here was this guy's in the military, right? So he says, to preface this, I will state that it is not good to upset anyone in the military supply network. This is especially true for a supply NCO, a non-commissioned officer who can be both creative and vindictive to those who earn his ire. One of my biggest pet peeves was troopies who walked into my supply room and decided to go through things on my counter or desk. It is for this reason that I purchased 2 bags of these sweet little revenge snacks. I briefed my minions that morning that the snacks were to be unsullied by their hands. I told them I would know and it would not go unpunished by both myself and the higher powers. They thought I was joking, but decided to not test my authority before my eyes. With that said, I placed the bowl on the back part of the counter just in reach of anyone loitering inside my supply room. The rules were posted for all to see when they came in, so they were warned. A large sign that said, if you touch my stuff, you will be punished. They decided to test me, I guess. Soylent Green gummy bears. On this weekend, we were set to do general cleaning and maintenance within the battalion, so my desk was rather busy at the battalion headquarters supply room. I was in and out of my office all day. However, I made sure to take general measurements of my bowl of horror every time I came back. Shortly before my lunch, my unholy wrath began to strike. My supply room is one door down from the latrines, the toilets, and the row of mail commodes is on the other side of the wall from my desk. It was the first, but not the last. It was initially heralded by the sound of Gabriel's trumpet escaping the sphincter of one poor soul. He hit the latrine and sounded as if he kicked the stall door open. For the next 30 minutes, I listened to the sounds of a live humpback whale being butchered by a blind man wielding a chainsaw. It was not long before another troop, this time a female, made her way to the latrine. She came from the indoor pistol range and had to cross in front of my door. I saw a pale woman with sweat streaking down her face. She was hobbling with one hand on the wall for support and the other on her stomach, praying for just a little more time. For lunch, I ripped into an MRE, meals ready to eat, and listened to the ever-growing chorus of those who had so far snuck down half of my bowl of brightly colored improvised colon explosive devices, the ICEDs. I was not sure if the other side of the building was seeing the same activity in the latrines, but the smell reached my door by the end of lunch. Good thing I was stationed with an infantry unit for the first 4 years of my career, so I was accustomed to bad odors. One of my minions did not return from lunch, so I volunteered another to perform a possibly suicidal scouting mission into the male latrine in search of my wayward soul. He was there and had been since the beginning of lunch. By 3 p.m., I was told that the unit was being locked down and there was an emergency meeting in the battalion briefing room. I had a suspicion of the reason, but attended as I was ordered to do so. By this time, my bowl of gelatinous bowel howitzer ammunition was 1/4 filled. The meeting began slightly off schedule at 3:22. The sergeant major walked into the room and looked as if he had just performed a 3-day combat operation without sleep. The battalion XO walked in not long after and looked as if he had been intimately assaulted by a rather insistent horse. Jank. I used all of my military bearing to keep from cracking a joke about cavalry officers walking bow-legged. The battalion surgeon walked in and told us that there was a high chance that the unit had come in contact with a strange stomach bug. Roughly half of the battalion was complaining of stomach cramps and explosive diarrhea. It seemed to mostly be affecting the headquarters and the company that was on the same side of the building as us, also the medics. Until symptoms cleared up, the unit was in lockdown and cleaning mode. I went back to my supply room with the intent to bag up the remaining evidence of my involvement, only to find that the bowl was missing. My minions were too wrapped up to notice anything, though, so I began a search for the evidence that would probably land me in front of a firing squad. The empty bowl was located in the admin offices. Someone found it and decided to liberate it from my supply room for the only group that I didn't want to upset. But they had already consumed the remainder of the biological weapons. As I left with the bowl, I heard the familiar sound of incoming fire from the senior pay clerk's desk, following shortly after by what sounded like Lamaze breathing. That weekend, the entire building was cleaned from one side to the other. MREs were consumed in the hopes of plugging the torrential flood of liquid terror, and every door and window was opened with fans going over a cup of pine sol in every room. 3/4 of the enlisted and half of the officers were hit with the mystery stomach bug, and the medical supply room was in desperate need of more IV kits. I don't know if my message got across, but it was definitely an entertaining weekend. So needless to say, these things were just like destroying people's guts, this guy, okay, so this next one, he goes through all this about it. So basically, this guy's on a plane, right? It's like a long plane. And he goes, we reach our cruising altitude of around 30,000 feet in the air. As I reach into my carry-on bag to grab my headphones, I see gummy bears. Since I am hungry and need something, I decided to open them up and just have a few to hold me over until we land. I wanted to save some for my son, so I maybe had 4 or 5, but I had 4 or 5 too many because once the bears had a few minutes to adjust to their new home, they began to work. It started out with a little cramp, which is normal with gassing on a plane. You don't want to fart on a plane, so you hold it in. I fart on planes. I don't give a fuck. Because other people fart, fuck them. It's airplane etiquette, whatever. It would come and go over a few minutes, so I thought nothing of it. Then it got worse. The cramps intensified. The sweating started. And I began to notice the older ladies looking over at me. About 30 minutes into eating these bears, my thinking went from, oh, these are just farts, I can hold them in, to, oh, dear God, not here. I have been a Christian my whole life, and this is the test. If there is a God, please help me leave this plane with my dignity intact. After waiting for the intense cramp wave to pass, I stood up and jumped over those two women. I could not wait for them to stand, so I stood up, my back facing them, and tried to shimmy past them. I think a toot came out because I heard one say, "Oh Lord, was that you?" After reaching the aisle, I waddled to the back of the plane where the least amount of risk would be. To my dismay, it was in use. Oh, isn't that the worst? Isn't that the worst? When you've got the gurglies and somebody's in the shitter. That left one bathroom left in the front. I looked down the aisle and saw my Mount Everest. I had to somehow keep my wet cheeks tighter than Fort Knox whilst waddling forward, whilst praying no one gets out of their seats. After 5 minutes of stop and go, I made it to the bathroom and was pulling my pants down as I entered the bathroom. The door was still unlocked as the sweet release was underway. I thought I died. I thought this was it. Even though I was on the throne confessing my sins, I thought my time was called. I lost count on how many knocks on the door there was. I must have been in there for 45 minutes, but I made it. I washed my hands and threw water on my face to calm me down. Opening the door, I saw the faces looking back at me. Apparently, the seal to the bathroom was not airtight, letting just the slightest airflow from the bathroom to the main cabin possible. These were daughters, mothers, and children looking at me. I could feel their questions and comments. What have you done? We still have 2 hours left. Please divert this plane. As I began walking down, the man in the front row of first class grabbed my arm. He said, "Hey man, where's your seat?" Confused, I told him, and he said, "Go get your stuff and come back and sit here. You need this more than me." I was embarrassed and ashamed. I had a family at home waiting for me. I recommend these bears to anyone, but please eat them responsibly. So, this is a true story. These and there's many more fun stories, and very, very descriptive too. If you're familiar with the aristocrats joke that comedians tell, that goes into great detail about very disgusting things, then yeah, you're in the ballpark there. So. Finally, though, there is one here. So, this is Christopher Tester. I guess this is on TikTok. And, Chris Naturally RP, I think that's who he is on there. And, he has a dramatic reading of one of these stories as well. And I think you should take a listen. It's very important.
Oh, man. Words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The Gummy Bear Cleanse. If you are someone that can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you are like the dozens of people that tried my order, run. But first of all, for taste, I would rate these a 5. So good. Soft, true to taste fruit flavors like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. But, or should I say B-U-T-T, not long after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose. I had a gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. While cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning from some bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what was going on inside me. But then came the flatulence. Why, heavens to Murgatroyd, the sounds like trumpets calling the demons back to hell. The stench like 1,000 rotten corpses vomited. I couldn't stand to stay in one room for fear of succumbing to my own odors. But wait. Oh, there's more. What came out of me felt like someone tried to funnel Niagara Falls through a coffee straw. I swear my sphincters were screaming. It felt like my delicate starfish was a gaping maw, projectile vomiting a torrential flood of toxic waste. 100%.
The dramatic music.
Liquid. Flammable. Liquid napalm. It was actually a bit humorous for a nanosecond, as it was just beyond anything I could imagine possible. And then it went on. For hours. I felt violated when it was over, which I think might have been sometime in the early morning of the next day. There was stuff coming out of me that I ate at my wedding in 2005. I had 5 pounds of these innocent-looking, delicious-tasting hell bears, so I told a friend about what had happened to me, thinking it had to be some type of sensitivity I had to the sugar substitute. And in spite of my warnings and graphic descriptions, she decided to take her chances and take them off my hands. A silly woman. All of the same for her. And a phone call from her while on the toilet, because you kind of end up living in the bathroom for a spell, telling me she really wished she would have listened. I think she was crying. Oh, her sister was skeptical and suspected that we were exaggerating. Why, she took them to work, since there was still 99% of a 5-pound bag left. Well, she works for a construction company where there are builders, roofers, house painters, landscapers, etc. Lots of people who generally have limited access to toilets on a given day. I can't imagine where all of those poor men and women pooped that day. I keep envisioning men on roofs, crossing their legs and trying to decide if they can make it down the ladder or if they should just jump. Well, if you order these, well, best of luck to you. And please, don't post a video review during the aftershocks. 1 star.
Oh, that's good stuff. Dramatic readings of the of reviews of the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. I mean, that was about 10 years ago. I figured that needed to be revisited because some of the younger folks don't understand. I think they recalled those with that sugar substitute. I think they just put regular sugar in there now, I think, or maybe something else, but it's twinkling brown starfish burned out. What's up, Mystery? Good to see you, dear. Shit on a shingle. Well, look, it's a secret show. Of course, you're gonna have like poop jokes in here. What do you want? So, that was Christopher Tester posted that on there, but I believe this guy's on YouTube, and so he does. You could email him and do dramatic readings of like your phone bill or some shit. The Gummy Bear Cleanse. Yeesh. So now we go from your starfish to your senses. Have you guys ever been in a sensory deprivation tank? Like, I guess Joe Rogan has talked about these things before, and where it's just you floating, you're kind of floating in salt water, and there's no sound, you can't see anything, and you feel weightless, and then your mind just starts tripping and starts doing crazy shit. So somebody has built the what is this? This is a silent room. This room is so silent it could probably drive you mad, is what it is. So who is this? This is Bro Trust Me 1 on the YouTubes, and this is a super silent room, but ironically it has audio on the video. So
if you stay in this room for a full hour, you'll win $5 million. Sounds easy, right? But so far, not a single person has made it. This is the world's quietest room, built by Microsoft at a cost of $30 million. For comparison, a normal room has a background noise level of about 30 decibels. The quietest sound the average human ear can detect is 0 decibels. But inside this room, the sound level drops to an astonishing minus 20.6 decibels. The room is designed with 2 separate layers. The inner layer is covered in fiberglass wedges that absorb sound. Every surface, walls, floor, ceiling, is lined with material that blocks 99.99% of both outside noise and internal echoes. In that kind of silence, the human body freaks out. People report hearing their own heartbeat, joints moving, even the sound of blood flowing. And since there's no echo at all, your brain loses its sense of space. Stay too long, and you may experience dizziness or even hallucinations. That's why most visitors can only last a few minutes. No one.
That's crazy, right? Have you ever been like in a really quiet room, right? I've been, I've lived in cities for the past 20-something years, and so I'm used to city noise and stuff like that. But when I was growing up down south in the country, it would be very quiet, and any noise would probably just wake me up. Now it's just like whatever, but it's very freaky when you don't hear anything like that, right? Your tinnitus, is it tinnitus or tinnitus? We were just talking about that today. Will keep me company. I got the full hour, no problem. Damn, you should go. Yeah, we need to hook you up with that, Wes. They probably have to test your hearing first, so because the $5 million, they're not gonna fuck around with that. But we were talking about that what's his name? Brian Johnson from AC/DC. He had that problem too, tinnitus. I call it tinnitus because it sounds better, but tinnitus, I guess, is how you say it. And Huey Lewis in the News had that too. Huey Lewis, well, not the News. The News didn't have it. He did. Not good at all to have. So I hope you recover from that, Wesley. That would be not good. But yeah, super quiet room, right? That's one of your senses just being cut off right there. Imagine being in something like that where there's no sound, there's no light, and you're just all you have is you and your thoughts. Out in the country, we got a lot of white noise, so you sleep good. Yeah, you get like crickets. Like I'll sleep with crickets, and then the cicadas when they come out, they're usually pretty rhythmic like that. So you can just it's almost like you could just sleep to that. But you live in a fjord town, population 1,200, very isolated and quiet. Oh, that's right. Oh, where are you from, Vera? I'm not trying to dox you. I'm just curious. Your last name kind of. Are you you're from a fjord town? I'm from a Chevy town. See, because it's a thing. Okay, sorry. Iceland. Oh, we were just talking about Iceland. That is so weird. Is it true you can move to Iceland and they'll pay you to live there, or is that bullshit? I'm kind of curious because I kind of want to go somewhere like that. A nice quiet town and just do things. What's next on the old thing here? Let's see. Oh, well, that's bull. They don't pay you to move there. Well, wait. Let me ask you this: Do they pay you to move there? Or they don't pay you to live there, but do they pay you to move there? That's a question, because I saw a video that said it did, but I don't trust the internet. Not at all. Hey, have you ever thought about the people up on the space station, the ISS? Yeah, Iceland's not ice though. It's not the land of Bjork. Greenland is the cold place, right? Iceland's not too bad, Well, Rick's down in Texas though, so it would be very hard to acclimate going from Texas, hot ass dry Texas to cold ass Iceland with the snow. It was 105 down there. Shit, man, it's 58 degrees up here in Chicago right now. Yeah, exactly. You know that story, right? How they who was it, Leif Erikson or something, that said, hey, he was trying to get people to come to Greenland, so he called it Greenland, and they got there. It's like, you motherfucker, this ain't green. And then I don't know why they called Iceland, but it was greener than Greenland. So you would think that's false advertising. You think somebody gets sued, right? So if you were up on the space station, you were like, dude, I'm going to take a walk outside. You probably think you just float, right? Probably not. So this is Zach D. Films. He said, what if you jumped off the space station? These are stoner questions that need to be answered in the middle of the night.
If you jumped off the International Space Station, you might think you could just skydive down to Earth. But the planet's gravitational pull means you would actually get stuck in orbit for years. And since you would be traveling at thousands of miles per hour, even the tiniest space rock would pierce you like a bullet. Now, if you somehow managed to dodge the debris, you would eventually get pulled back down to Earth. But as you re-entered the atmosphere, the air resistance would cause you to burn up, killing you long before you actually hit the ground.
Well, guess we'll be jumping out of the space station any soon. But yeah, that's another thing. You know, you think about like we should have like spaceships zipping around and shit like that. There's shit out there. There's like rocks and shit, like little bitty peas. It could be like teeny tiny, and it's going at like thousands and thousands of miles an hour. I don't know if you know how physics works, but when something hits you at thousands and thousands and thousands of miles an hour, yeah, you done. Yeah, unless you're Superman. Exactly. Better bring kryptonite. I didn't know I could do that. That's cool. What are we doing up here? Okay. So, yeah, I always thought about that. What if they, what if you were out there, right? You would be caught they said you'd be caught in the orbit for years. And then eventually the gravity would pull you down. That's what's going to happen to the space station. They have little thrusters and stuff that keep it at a steady orbit around the planet. But once they're done with that, they're just going to stop. Keeping that altitude, and it's just going to go do 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 do. And I guess they're going to try and land it in the ocean or something. I don't know. That was Zach D. Films. So I have a twofer for you tonight with the lovely and talented Astro Alexandra. I believe she's some sort of like space nut. She may be like an astronomer, so I don't know what she does, but she's a little cutie pie. But she also has mad knowledge. And so in this first one, she's talking about, could aliens live on rogue planets and moons wandering space? So yeah, there's actual planets out there just zipping around, having a good time. Got slung out of their star system and are traveling through space, right? So she's going to tell us a little bit more about that and whether you could actually live on a rogue planet.
We have seen hundreds of something so scary in space. Planets wandering the universe without orbiting a star. Rogue planets. They were either ejected from their planetary system or they formed that way. I think being ejected is way worse. Astronomers have found hundreds of rogue planets, but there are billions of free-floating planets estimated to be in the Milky Way alone. Billions. Sometimes they're alone, but sometimes they're with one or two other rogue planets just orbiting each other. There are so many of them that some astronomers think that 1% of all stars will temporarily capture a rogue planet into its orbit for a little bit. Now, if a planet was ejected from its planetary system, it's possible that it would bring with it a moon. If that happened, then the gravity of the rogue planet would constantly pull on the moon and reshape it, which would cause friction and heat. So if the planet or the moon had a nice atmosphere, it could, hypothetically, retain heat well enough to have liquid water. And a rogue planet moon could stay like that for like 1 billion years, which is long enough for life to develop. I mean, over time, the moon's orbit would change and there would be less friction and heat, but 1 billion years is a long time. And I'm very interested to see how life would develop on a sunless surface. And also extremely grateful that we have not been ejected into the universe.
The sunless surface, It'd probably be a lot of crackers on there. What's up, Charlie? Good to see you, Charlie Hess. Yeah, you were high. Because you got high. Ooh, I know who I forgot to say hi to you, but hello, Finger Man. Good to see you, brother. Who else snuck in here? Who's sneaking Sally through the alley? Nobody? Okay. All right. Yeah, Rogue Planets, man. That's some wild shit, right? Just like here, we're talking about this 3-eye atlas thing that's coming through the solar system right now. This thing that the mainstream scientists, most of them are calling it just a regular ass comet, nothing to see here. But physicist Avi Loeb, Loeb, if you want to look him up, he is. He's saying that this is some weird shit going on with this comet, right? They said they found nickel in it, and usually nickel is partnered up with iron in these things, but they said they only found nickel. They didn't find any iron. It's that's some wild shit, and it's doing some crazy physics stuff. Lurking and smirking. I see you. I see you with mine eyes. It's only a flesh wound. What are we at here? What are we doing here on our poll? Oh, we got 13 votes. So we got 3. So Steven Tyler, John Lennon, David Bowie tied for 23%. And everybody thinks it's Tommy Shaw. Jack Blades. Jack Blades, if you're not sure who Jack Blades is, him and Tommy Shaw were 2 members of Damn Yankees, but Jack Blades himself was from the group Night Ranger. If you remember Night Ranger, You Can Still Rock in America. Oh, yeah. All right. And Sister Christian, of course, everybody knows. Sister Christian, all the time has come, and you know that you're the only one to say, okay. Good tune, but they played the shit out of that motherfucker. What's this? Oh, what's this next one? So this is a little keeping with our Star Trek theme tonight. So Star Trek, but it's Cheers, the TV show Cheers. So you're like, wait, what?
Making your way in the shuttle bay takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your duties sure would help a lot. Or wouldn't you like to beam away? Sometimes you boldly go where everybody knows your name.
Boom, 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 boom.
And the android's glad you came.
Boom, boom, boom.
You want a subspace frequency where troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to go and make it so. A cup of tea, hot or Earl Grey. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Hey, a little happy Star Trek crossover there with Cheers. Some people are like, what's Cheers? And I'm like, I don't have time. I have time to tell you. That was from Picard Looking on Picard Looking channel. Jim beat me up. Scotty's like, I've pitched you to it already. Sister Christian seen a boogie. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Motorhead, what's your price for flight? I tell you, that's a good song, but Rockin' America, if you want just like a kick-ass song, Rockin' America is just fucking, it starts off with that damn, Anyway, I can talk about music all night. I was talking to my buddy Ed. We were saying we need horn sections need to come back. People, if you're starting a band, get yourself a horn section. You know you got some nerds playing trumpet and trombone and shit like that. Get them in the mix, man. Let's get a little, you know, or a little. It'd be awesome. So this next one here, this is from Troy Ave, A-V-E. I like I said, I grew up down south, and deer were all over the place, right? People were getting. I saw a video the other day of people just hitting deers with cars, and the deers were just like, "Fuck you." I hit a deer one time with my car and took the headlight out, and I hit it right in the ass. I wasn't going that fast, but I was okay, and that deer just went bam. He said, "You hit this cake." You hit this cake. But deer are just fucking crazy, and they're shady too. They're fucking shady. I wanted to show you a video. This, like I said, this is from Troy Ave. This is this lady's got a deer on her front porch. But watch till the end, because this is fun stuff.
I've been wondering why my front rug was so damn hairy. Well, guess I know now.
Do you have hair in your special place?
Mama, you resting? Would you like a cookie? You trying to help? All right, let's see if we can give her a cookie. Do you? Are you feeling poorly? Huh? Do you need something? How about a cookie? You need a cookie? Are you taking a break from the baby? Is the baby close? Huh? I seen it following you this morning. Let's go see if we can find it. Is you okay? Huh? You okay? Let's see if we can hook her up with something to help make some baby
what a little
milk.
sweetie, right?
Yeah.
Just
Come
so
here.
sweet
Let's be
and
quiet.
innocent.
Here you go, darling.
And look at all these motherfuckers. You motherfuckers.
So much for that, huh? All right, y'all. I'm going to get off here and sling them some. Hang on.
I've seen that done with cats, too. Like a little stray cat would give like, meow, meow. And then you put some food out, and all of a sudden. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's, people say, oh, you shouldn't hunt deer. That's just cruel. It's like, no, deer hunters down south, they go to great lengths to make sure the animal doesn't suffer. And if you don't take out a good portion of those deer, then that's all you'll see is deer, because they're like rabbits. They fuck and they shit all over the place, and they're all over the place, and they're just like, jumping over roads and shit. It's crazy. You don't really see it much in the cities at all, but it's wild, man. It's wild. Yeah, it is. It's an invasive species, right? You could kill like 1 million deer, and like 3 million deer will still be there. So don't even worry about deer. Deer are fine. Deer are not going to go extinct anytime soon. Trust me. This next one. I did that. Oh, okay. So I've had his video on here, Treehouse Detective, and he's very informative. I think he was telling us about Mr. Rogers last time. So kind of keeping it in that vein, he's telling us about Sesame Street and Snuffleupagus. If you remember Snuffleupagus, that was Big Bird's imaginary friend. So let's watch this video, and he's going to tell you the dark reason they revealed Snuffy to the Sesame Street adults. Let's watch.
The real reason why Snuffleupagus was finally revealed to the adults in Sesame Street is way darker than you think. Sesame Street premiered on PBS on November 10th of 1969, and throughout the early iteration of the show, there was a running plot line where Big Bird had a imaginary friend named Mr. Snuffleupagus, or Snuffy, and the whole joke of Mr. Snuffleupagus was that only Big Bird could see him, and he was constantly trying to convince all of the adults and other characters in the show that Mr. Snuffleupagus was real, but nobody believed him and thought that he was just making it up. This was a staple of the show and created a lot of fun gags where Snuffy would show up and Big Bird would try to show everybody that he was there, and then they would come around the corner and he'd be gone, and it was just a funny running gag. But in the mid-80s, there was a big watershed moment in the show where one day, out of nowhere, Big Bird finally proved to all of the adults that Mr. Snuffleupagus was real. It was a crazy revelation in a show that had been doing this running gag for over a decade, but also the gags of Big Bird trying to prove Snuffy's existence to the adults was always fun, and it kind of leads you to wonder, why did they make this change? But the thing is that it wasn't just an arbitrary plot change, and it was actually for a really dark reason. In the mid-80s, there was a huge rise in high-publicity news stories revolving around stranger danger, of children being hurt or abused by strangers or teachers or people in public in ways that their parents weren't aware of. There was also this huge uptick in concern around parental control. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Parental groups fighting for regulation of children's programming and music, D&D groups. Parents suddenly became very concerned about what their kids were doing and what was being hidden from them. And while many of these stories were either sensationalized by the media or just straight up not true, and we can see from statistics and hard numbers that most abuse is perpetrated by family members and friends, and stranger danger is actually very rare, people in the 80s became convinced that the world was just a walking minefield of shadowy figures just waiting to pop out and do horrible things to your kids, and your kids would be too scared to tell you. And so in the mid-80s, amongst this culture of stranger danger, the producers of Sesame Street became concerned that maybe the narrative of Big Bird trying to tell adults about something and them never believing him was not particularly helpful and might send the wrong message to kids. The message being, don't bother telling adults about anything because they're not going to believe you anyway. And so on November 18th of 1985, after 16 years of this running gag, they aired the episode where it was revealed to the adults that Snuffleupagus was actually real, and they all apologized to Big Bird for never believing him and told him that the next time he tried to tell them something that they would believe him. And then at the end of the episode, they aired a PSA about, feeling free to tell your parents about things because they would be willing to believe them, which is a perfectly good message. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they should have changed the Snuffy storyline, or should they have kept him as Big Bird's imaginary friend?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of people like Miguel's like, "What, really? He was imaginary?" But yeah, he was supposed to be an imaginary. Hi, Big Bird. Old Snuffy. Yeah, because that was the bit. It was Big Bird thought he Big Bird got some good drugs back in the in the 70s. And, he was straight tripping, and he kept seeing Snuffy, and he was like, "Hey, does everybody see Snuffleupagus?" And they're like, "Big Bird, you tripping, man. You need to get off that fucking bathtub crank, dude. Come on, that crocodile. What are you doing? Are you huffing gas out of three-wheelers? Is that what you're doing?" And then they finally said, "Oh, shit, you were for real, weren't you?" He's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I've been trying to tell you for 16 goddamn years." And then Big Bird got a gun out and killed everyone. He murdered them all. Even kids are intelligent enough to figure the Snuffy plot line out. Yeah. Exactly. So back to our Star Trek theme. So that was Treehouse Detective, by the way. So this is Cinema Shorts, and Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, is probably my favorite of all the all of the Star Trek movies. For various reasons. One particularly because of this moment. Yeah. So anyway, speaking of Khan, This is fun facts about Star Trek II.
Did you know for Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, Kirk and Khan never meet face to face during this film. All of their interaction is through view screens or communicators. This was because Ricardo Montalban filmed his scenes separately from the main production in order to accommodate his schedule of filming Fantasy Island, which aired during the filming of the movie. 2. Ricardo Montalban said in promo interviews for this film about how he realized early on in his career that a good villain does not see himself as villainous. He may do villainous things, but the character feels that he is doing them for righteous reasons. Likewise with heroes, Montalban said he always tried to find a flaw in the character because no one is completely good or completely evil. 3. The death of Spock was supposed to be final and irrevocable because Leonard Nimoy wanted to appear in no more Star Trek projects. However, he enjoyed the experience of filming Star Trek II and asked if he could return. 4. According to Kirstie Alley, she slept with her Vulcan ears on at home during production.
Yeah, probably because they were a pain in the ass to take off and put back on too. So, I didn't know that's why they were never together on screen like that. I knew he was doing Fantasy Island at the time, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. You know, a couple fun facts there for you from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. But you know, there's new Trek shows. I don't know if you guys are into like Discovery or any of the new ones out there. Strange New Worlds, and apparently there's a guy on there that's supposed to be playing Kirk. But this is the Strange New Worlds is set during the time of when Christopher Pike was captain. So if you remember in the original series, the pilot there you saw Pike there. He was in the chair, you know. Boop, boop, you know. So this is a show about that. You know, it's got mixed reviews. It's kind of weird, but whatever. So yeah, she was very young and a total smoke show. Yeah, she was. And yeah, I think she got the Cheers gig right after that too. Or maybe she was doing Cheers at the time. I'm not sure. So anyway, so they got this guy on here playing. He's not Captain Kirk yet. He's just Kirk. He's just James Tiberius Kirk. And so the OG Kirk, William Shatner, had a little something to say about this whole thing with this new Kirk, and let's get his response.
For the sake of the Blue Tar Nebula and space. Greetings from the USS Adventure. I am the captain of this vessel.
But you will never stop us.
We can and we will because we must. It is our duty as space explorers.
Now, wait a minute. He's got a strange twitch. I don't understand the twitch. Come on.
What would you change about his impression to make it better?
He doesn't sound like me. He doesn't even look like me. Come on.
Doctor, have we not received multiple cases of melancholia aboard this ship? Check and mate. There's no such thing as native. We're all children of the cosmos. And I am known for my diction.
The impression is not bad, but the attitude is totally wrong. It's not working, man. It's just not working.
Maybe you could try delivering the line like an actual human being for once.
This is a toddler doing an impression of me.
At least I can deliver a line realistically.
It's called acting.
Oh.
And you know what's not realistic? A lady first officer.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't talk like that.
He's a chauvinistic egomaniac. I can barely stand to be on set with the guy. Why would I go to bed with him?
Well, that's an insult. It's an insult. Why would he do that?
We can't give them our brain cells. We need it.
Jesus Christ, I was trying to get my leg over. Can someone fix the chair?
It's the way Star Trek should be.
His brain is gone.
You know, he's almost 100. William Shatner's almost 100 years old. There's not many of them left. It's like him, Sulu, and Chekhov. Those are the only ones left. Everybody else, graveyard dead, man. That's sad. And Sulu turned out to be like a real shit lib too. Ugh. He's so awful. Only Riker could do the Riker maneuver. Exactly. There's something about Shat. Captain Kerp. I know Spock's brain. That was so ridiculous. They took his brain out. It's like, oh yeah, Vulcans can live without their brain. No, they fucking can't. Nobody can live without their fucking brain. Come on. Once the brain's out, that's pretty much game over, right? So taking a little, that was Major Grin, and he's always just hammering on these new shows, these new Star Trek shows. It's a good channel though, if you want to check it out. And he's got all kinds of comparison videos on there, like what happened in the old school ones compared to what's now. Is Shatner's friends with Jimmy Dore? I didn't know. Wow, that's awesome. Oh yeah, sir, that's right. Didn't he meet him in a restaurant or something, like in some Japanese restaurant or some shit? Yeah, touche. Donald Trump lives without a brain, same with MAGA. Well, at least half of MAGA is like, wait, what? Where's that Epstein list, man? What's all this surveillance shit? What's all this bullshit? So moving right along. This one is from I don't know how you say that. Candicelin, Candiselin, on the YouTubes. English names that sound funny to Mandarin speakers. And you're thinking, oh, you racist motherfucker. I actually dated a girl who is Mandarin, so this was kind of funny to me. And yeah, make America Germany again. Jesus. So English names that sound funny to Mandarin speakers. This is fun.
English names that sound funny to Mandarin speakers. Robin, 裸奔, running naked. Robinson, 裸奔神, god of running naked. Nelson, 尿神, god of pee. Benson, 笨神, god of dump. Mason, 美神, god of beauty. Nicholas, 你抠死了, you're so stingy. Isabella, 医生贝拉, the doctor got arrested. Dylan, 低能, low IQ. Nancy, 难死, difficult to die. Robert, 萝卜, carrot. Ashley, 熬死你, wear you down to death. Logan, 脑梗, brain stroke. Tiffany, Tiffany, kick your ass. Martha, 麻花, fried dough twist. Jeff, 姐夫, brother-in-law. Daniel, 大牛, big shot. Gordon, 狗蛋, dog boss. Melanie, 没人理, nobody cares.
I love how Tiffany is kick your ass in Mandarin. So if you ever get mad at a Chinese person that speaks Mandarin, make sure that you say that you say Tiffany. They're like, ooh, all right. Oh, good stuff there. So next one, I love these guys. I really think these guys are just so much fun. The Because We Are podcast, these three dudes, they're just hysterical. Particularly them doing Family Feud, their version of Family Feud, which I thought was quite entertaining. So this one this week is we asked 25 black people about white singers. So they wanted it's basically it's white singers that they didn't know were white singers, but they thought they were black. So let's watch this. This is fun.
We asked 25 black people, name a musician you thought was black until you finally saw them. Once again, Trendo.
Bobby Caldwell, rest in peace.
Bobby Caldwell, who this question was based off of.
Sure.
Was up
Number
there.
4.
Number
Wow.
4.
I still think everybody is lying. Lisa Stanfield of Been Around the World fame.
Sorry.
That's bullshit, y'all.
T, you gonna play? You gonna pass?
I'm gonna try this one. Now, depending on what album you came in, I'm gonna say Justin Timberlake. What a terrible answer.
It's not anybody I thought to be a black man.
Especially since we knew him since he was 6 and he was very clearly white.
There was a couple votes for him, though.
Talk about terrible answer. Fuck you. You ain't even answering. Get your answers together. How about that? Robin Thicke
is up there, number 2.
Cat. Is Adele there? Give me Adele, please.
Adele. No.
Why would you think Adele was black?
Give me Justin Bieber, another person who.
What the fuck?
Depending on
nigga.
It depends on the album. Like if you listen to the Journal album. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that sounds like a brother right there.
Save us.
Tina Marie.
Tina Marie.
I'm talking squabbers to you, baby. Squabbers. Let's go.
Tina Marie is white as snow.
Technically, this is an old person question. We didn't see these people first. We heard their music. You can't say Justin Bieber when we saw that nigga on YouTube.
So let's look at the rest of these answers. We have 25 black people. Name a musician you thought was black until you finally saw them. Number 5. John B. He's not black? I don't think you guys would have got this one.
Phil Collins?
No, because when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Rick Astley does sound kind of black.
Facts. Another low-key one that, like, again, is just because I'm of a certain age. Hall & Oates. You couldn't tell me Sarah Smile was made by white boys.
When you smile a while for me.
Yeah, some of the early Hall & Oates does sound like black dudes. And Rick Astley, first time I ever heard Rick Astley, we're no strangers to love. I was like, that's a brother. Neighbor, please. Beth Hart. I never heard of Beth Hart. That's, but there's a few. I love these guys, though. They're called the Because We Are podcast. So on the YouTubes. All right, so now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're getting down to our video here with Tim from Kicking Harold. So let's take a look one more time at the where you going, bitch? Better get up there. So which rock stars is Tim from Kicking Harold referring to in his upcoming video, which we're going to play here in just a second. So the majority of you, a slight majority, well, not slight majority, I guess it's more votes for Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades at 31%, and Steven Tyler, Run DMC, John Lennon, B-52s, and David Bowie and Trent Reznor, all at 23%. 13 votes. So there we go. Okay. So where is it? Oh, there it is. All right. So I love this guy. This guy from Kicking Harold. He always has some really good music trivia, particularly rock trivia. I think he's probably around my age, maybe a little younger, but big Rush fan too. So this is Tim, and he's going to talk about a rock star retirement.
When a superstar walked into a nightclub, he had no idea that the song that would be playing would get him out of retirement. Back in the late 70s, this singer-songwriter had not made an album in a long time. The world had moved on and music styles had changed. And even though he was happy being at home out of the music business, he still had the itch to record. Then on one magical night, he had the urge to get out of the house and he went to a nightclub to have a drink with some friends. The club was playing all the latest hits loud through the speakers, and the song that came on that caught his attention was a new wave hit. He loved the song's energy, groove, and hooks, but the part that really caught his attention was one of the female singers in the band was making crazy animal noises that reminded him of someone. The B-52's Rock Lobster inspired John Lennon to come out of retirement and make music with Yoko.
There you go. So, John Lennon inspired by the B-52s to come out of retirement. You just voted so you wouldn't get fined. Well, how'd you, this is the YouTube only. How did you do it on Rumble? Yeah, I don't think you voted in this poll, but that's fine. So thank you for participating in our poll for this evening. So I doubt we'll get back to it anytime soon, but appreciate you. Is that what that is? Okay. Okay. So she was on here before, and I had to have her on again because this was just too good. You got it right twice. Oh, you voted for the same last time. Yeah, it was the same poll from last time because, like I said, we only got one video in, and then the whole thing went, but we finally got it in. So yay! We got the poll in. We got the video in. It's all smooth sailing from here. Wait, God damn it! Where is it, motherfucker? Sorry. Something happened there. So, Love Shack. They just overplayed it. That was the thing, Willie. That was something. They ruined some DJs ruined some good songs back in the day by just because we gotta get it in a hot rotation. It's like, no, you ain't gotta play it every hour, motherfucker. But Rock Lobster, do 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 do. It's not bad. You have to put some distance between you and it for a while. I mean, now it's not bad. Mystery, you're sweet. Thank you so much. You're my favorite. Mystery. Building a mystery. So this is Astro Alexandra again. This time, we keep with the space theme. There's a new moon around Uranus. Uh-oh.
NASA just released a new image of the planet Uranus taken by the most powerful telescope in space, and there's something incredibly weird in it, and it's not the fact that it has rings like Saturn. It took 10 40-minute long exposures, and in them, they saw a bright blob orbiting the planet that they've never seen before. Nobody saw it. Astronomers, telescopes, space telescopes, and the Voyager 2 spacecraft, which flew by Uranus and took pictures of it 40 years ago. They all missed this. It's a moon. A moon of Uranus that we didn't know about until now. This brings Uranus's moon count to 29 moons. Stop laughing. The moon is about 6 miles across, which might seem big for an object in space, but compared to other moons, it's very small, which is why it's been missed for so long. It hasn't been officially named yet, but the other moons of Uranus are all named after Shakespeare characters, so it's probably going to be one of those. If you are wondering about the rings, yes, Uranus has rings. Saturn is not alone in that. Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have rings as well. They're just fainter and need very powerful infrared telescopes to see them. And little moons, I guess.
Did she say sphincter? I swear to God she said sphincter. Wait a minute. We have to play that again.
Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have rings as well. They're just fainter and need...
See, she said sphincter. It's circling Uranus as Uranus. She did right. Thank you. She said sphincter. I think she slipped that in there. That's a lot of moons. Yeah, you would think Uranus would be surrounded by a moon. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. See, it's because it's a thing. Fainter. No, she didn't say. Stop being a killjoy. She said sphincter. Fuck off. I'm just kidding. No, she said sphincter. She said fainter, but it very much sounded like sphincter. You guys don't know. You guys are just making shit up. She said sphincter. Don't take that away from me, god damn it. Twinkling brown starfish theory. Oh, you'd like to see her moves. Hey-oh! You dirty, dirty boy. You're.
This is dick crazy.
It sure as fuck is. Wait, what? So, yeah, Astro Alexander. She's a sweetheart. Very smart. Very smart. Although she doesn't think that this 3-eye atlas is an extraterrestrial, and so I'm a little disappointed in her there. But that's fine. So we're gonna switch things up just a little bit. Normally we have solid JJ at the very end, but I got a little surprise for you. Yeah, it's gassy too. Oh, stop it. Yeah. Okay. We're all 13 years old in our heads at this point. Gassy too. It's a gassy Uranus. A sphincter says what? Like to see her moods. Willie's my favorite pervert. I love Willie. He's just the best. He and I are the same age. We both think alike like that, so good stuff. So you know that Superman movie came out. I think it's already on streaming already. You know, it kind of got mixed reviews. But anyway, that Solid JJ, this is their take on it. With the if you've seen it, there's a part where she interviews him, and so this is their take on that. Let's watch.
All right, Lois, I think I'm ready.
Now, are you sure you want to try this again? Because our last interview attempt was a little...
Well, I just saved the world, ma'am. I think I can handle one more interview.
If you say so. Now remember, I'm going to have to ask you some questions I might already know the answer to.
Just in case someone listens to the tape recording. I understand.
So, Superman.
Miss Lane?
What's your secret identity?
What?
What's your secret identity? Like, what's your name?
Can I pause? Can we pause the recording?
Clark, we just started.
Lois, what kind of question is that? Why would you ask me that?
Well, it's the biggest question on every journalist's mind. It looks suspicious if I didn't at least ask.
Yeah, I understand, but, you know, that's a big deal. You can't just...
I'm not expecting you to answer.
So just to be clear, you're not actually asking.
No, of course not.
Okay, sorry. Just continue, please.
So, Superman, could you please tell me your secret identity?
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid that's highly confidential.
Oh, okay.
But you know, I'd love to talk about it.
So do you think you're above the law?
Oh, my God.
So you think you could just hide away among
I don't
us?
think that. No,
you
of
don't
course
need to
not.
follow the same rules
I
as
follow
the
the same.
lowly
What are you
humans?
talking about?
Is that it?
What are you talking
The world
about?
deserves to know, Superman.
Wait, stop the recording.
What's wrong?
What are you doing? What is this? What are you doing?
I told you I have to ask.
Yeah, I get that, but why are you adding these other things like lonely humans and abiding the law?
I'm just grilling you, Clark. I do it to all my interviewees. It's completely normal. I have to make it convincing.
Cheese and crackers. Okay, fine. But can we just move on to something else? Like anything else?
Totally. Look, don't worry. I have a lot to ask you about. Let's just wrap this one up and move on to what really matters.
Thank you.
Superman, now that Lex Luthor is behind bars, do you refute the supposed translation of your parents' message?
Well, the disappointing truth is I don't know for sure. But it did teach me something. It taught me that I don't do the things that I do because it's expected of me or because I believe it's my calling, but it's because it's what I want to do in my heart. It's what I know is the right thing to do. It's what makes me human, what makes you human.
Wow, that's wonderful. Really. Now, if I strap 12 infants to a hand grenade and the only way to save them was tell me your secret identity,
Oh my God!
would you do it or would you let the babies explode?
What is
It's a yes or no question?
What about babies strapped to a hand grenade?
It can happen. I've seen it happen.
You realize what you're doing right now? Do you know how many villains are going to strap babies to grenades down and get the secret out of me?
It's the classic 12 baby hand grenade hypothetical, Kent. It's common practice.
Why would somebody
Look it up.
strap 12 babies to a
Look it
grenade? The fighting grenade.
Look it up.
All right, enough. I'm done. I'm not answering any more of these weird, concerning questions, okay?
Fine.
I should have known you would... How do you stop this recording? Wait, this isn't a tape recorder.
I forgot my tape recorder, so I used my phone, but I ran out of storage too, so I'm hosting a Twitter space.
Lois, is this live?
Yeah, but when you're done, you can download it, and then I'll just edit out the sensitive parts.
Oh my God! How many people are watching this?
Well, let me check. It can't. Oh, that is a lot of people.
Lois, I'm going to say a swear word.
Hey, people are requesting to speak.
What?
Green Lantern official reel, and the O is 0. What was that whole thing really taken? Or?
Lois, don't bring people on.
Hey, Big O, don't worry. Now watch you say Clark Kent in sequence. You're gonna be fine.
My life is over.
Oh, here's another. Rex Ruther 420. Wonder who that could be.
Fuck you, Superman, you cocksucking ET motherfucker! I hate you!
Fuck you, I hate you, you cocksucker. Lois is Barry Weiss. Oh yeah, you heard about that? He getting that 200 million, man. 200 million schmackaroonies. Yeah, and then the Zionists buying CBS, killing capping babies. Sure, that's what CBS means. That's crazy. So yeah, that was solid, JJ, for you there with the Superman. Has anybody seen the Superman movie or Fantastic Four? Dingo, what's up? Good to see you. Dingo ate me, baby. Always a pleasure. Hope you're doing swell over there on the Rumbly Tumblies. He has ZBS. Exactly, the Zionist broadcast system. Like that, they still call it Twitter Spaces. I know, right? They're not calling it X. Nobody calls it X. Only douchebags call it X, or people who just started using it. They're like, it's X, right? X to me is ecstasy. All right, I never even called that shit E. When people started calling it E, I was like, the fuck you calling it E? It's X. Fuck off. Superman is a moss. Completely over comic book movies for the past 20 years. I know, right? Barry Weiss equals very wide. That's funny. When they started the MCU, well, I guess they didn't. Did they know they were starting the MCU when Iron Man came out? I guess they didn't really know how Iron Man was going to hit with people, because Iron Man, it wasn't exactly like a super mainstream superhero, right? Like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or people like that. You know, you think Iron Man, like, you know, maybe you think, who is it? I am Iron Man. Was it Black Sabbath? Didn't Black Sabbath do Iron Man? Anyway, so yeah, so that was solid, JJ. This last one is by Saga Lore AI. Yes, it's one of those AI videos, but I think this is a fun one, and the music is great. So let me set it up for you, right? So basically what it is like Star Trek in the 80s in Miami, right? But the way I figured it out in my head is like, okay, so the crew of the original series, the Kirk's crew, and then you have Picard's crew, somehow in their timelines, they ended up going back in time to Earth 1980s. Their ships were destroyed. They somehow made it down to the planet before the ships were destroyed, and they decided to live in Miami to live out their days. So you have the crew. The original series, you got Kirk and Spock and McCoy, you got Scotty, you've got Uhura, you've got Sulu. No Chekhov. I was very surprised about that. Very surprised. And then your next generation, you've got Picard, and you've got Data and Riker and Beverly and Troy and Tasha Yar, and Ensign Rowe is even in it too. And the music, I got to tell you, the music is fantastic. I love this music. So enjoy this. This is Star Trek 1980s Miami Generation. Let's watch and listen.
Miami's hot, the stars went cold. We lost the line, we broke the mold. No fleet, no orders, just the glow of crew cut loose with nowhere to go. Red alert, baby, make it glow, make it so. We're the crew time tried to bury, still slams a time cop flat. Don licks moves a room with Chad. Slick Rico grins and flips his collar. Saxophone crimes just make him baller. DNA learns to cry in loops. Macho cape like it's through the troops. Madame Troy, she sips and sees all your trauma in the breeze. Red alert, baby. Red alert, baby. Make it glow. Make it so. Where the crew time try to bury. Still too bright, too wild to go. Red alert, baby. Make it
Yes, indeed. What's up, Kill Your Egregores? Yeah, it's probably like mid-morning to you, right? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, that I don't know. I like that song. You get that. If you never saw Miami Vice back in the day, it's good stuff. Friday nights, turn the lights off, turn it on. You got the Jan Hammer music going on. All kinds of good music. So, are they on Risa? No, they're in Miami. Oh, it's 11 here. Oh, that's right. God damn it! I always forget. You and Anonymous, you both have the same color letter. Although his is an A, yours is a K. I'm sorry. Yes, so it's 11 o'clock there. It's it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, damn, it's 1 o'clock here. Holy shit. They did a disco Star Trek too. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, we'll do more of those. I'm good at con. You con man. I added that last part with the con. I had to have you gotta have you know. Here we go. There we go. Anyway, that's the show for tonight. Dude, yeah, I really dig that song. I really dig the song. I thought that song was like really good. I don't know, right? Ooh, shit, what happened? You still on? Okay, weird. Oh, my shit's dying. Con! I shall leave you as you left her, marooned on a barren planet, buried alive. So yeah, that's our Star Trek theme show, at least volume 1 of it. I'm sure we'll do more later in the future. Yeah, we had some good stuff. I was actually, the internet actually worked tonight, so we actually got a full show in. I can't believe that. That's great. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. I think tonight we were the windshield, so, but very few bugs. So, live long and prosper, die soon and fail. I don't really care which one. That's up to you. I'm not here to rule your life or anything like that. But I want to say thank you to everybody that watched the show tonight. Appreciate you. If you want to donate to the show, like Willie did earlier this evening, you can always leave a super chat, or you can, there's stuff down below, the donation links. Also, if you want to become a Patreon, you put your name up in lights at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show too, as we're about to do here in just a second. If not, if you could share out the links, appreciate you doing that as well. We hopefully will be back here for this show next weekend. Same bat time, same bat channel, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific time. I will be back Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Or 11 a.m. Eastern. for Morning Extra to give you bad news the way you want it. Thank you, guys. You're very sweet. I love each and yeah, we were tits down. We were fucking tits down. Yes. Tits down. Yes. You liked it, didn't you? We're close. So, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you're into the sports ball, I hope your team wins. Unless it's Arizona, then go fuck yourself. Because they're playing my Saints. Otherwise, have a good one. We'll see you when we see you. Peace out. Love you.
There can be only one.
Momo?